Yes, 1 characteristic point is gained. We gained 4 hit points. Excellent. That is actually quite high for a mage. We now have 36 hit points, more than the rest of my companions. So where do we want to invest this character point? Let's go for dexterity. Yeah. Once we reach 13 dexterity, we can become a thief, and we can actually become a successful thief. We're gonna accept this. We're still neutral good, thank God.
I'm gone.
Alright, so we're gonna go back to the Unbroken Circle of Zerthimon. We're just gonna fulfill this quest as much as we can. Yeah, unlock the second circle. Again, if you guys want to read it, feel free to read it. Pause the game whenever you want. It's just not really worth it, unless you want to enjoy the story a little bit more. It's an interesting story, I mean, but it's not gonna affect your gameplay whatsoever. Alright. So apparently, Zerthimon, I'm just gonna summarize this for you. Zerthimon, apparently, he knew steel. He recognized that steel was superior to flesh, and he's gonna use that steel. He's gonna teach his people about the use of steel and weapons in order to defend themselves and free themselves from the Illithids. Finally, alright. Armed with this knowledge, we're gonna go back to Dakkon. We're gonna tell him all what we learned. Alright, I learned that not knowing something can be a tool, just like flesh and steel. If upon encountering it, you attempt to know its nature and how it came to be. Boom! 600 experience, just like that. And we gained an item! Yes, we have gained our first spell. Alright, he's telling you to meditate and learn more. Alright, we're gonna use that. Very well, we're gonna get back to that. How much experience do we have? Okay, so it's actually gonna take quite a while. But I think we can reach level 6 just by keep talking to Dakkon there. Yeah, we can actually become really powerful this way. Anyways, second circle of Zerthimon. This is the spell that he gave us. You can see it has the same exact item display as the unbroken one.
I cannot part with that.
Yeah, he can't remove this, but you can remove this. You can actually use it to learn one of his spells. Scripture of Steel. This is actually one of these spells that Dakkon already has. Yeah, Scripture of Steel, there it is. It's a small buff. It will give you +1 hit accuracy and +1 saving throws. So it's actually a defensive and offensive spell at the same time, but it's not very powerful. It will affect all of your party members though. So if you have a large number of characters and companions, this can actually be very useful. Yeah, so we're actually going to learn this because we can learn as many spells as we want. And you can read the history. This contains the exact same story that we read on the Unbroken Circle of Zerthimon. There it is, there we go. And in fact, once you learn the spell, the description will remain with you. Yeah, you can go back here and read it, I think. Oh, actually we can't. Okay, so apparently once you read it, if you read it one time, you can only read it from the Unbroken Circle of Zerthimon itself. So yeah, the history of the Githzerai will not disappear. It will stay in the Unbroken Circle. Anyway.
What is your will?
Actually, wait, we have to read the circle again. Yeah, this is a very boring process, to be honest. But if you're the kind of person who enjoys reading, you might as well read it. Yeah. Alright, continue reading the symbols. Zerthimon was brought before the Illithids, and he was told to be punished. Yeah, they forced him to work even harder than usual, and they tried to punish him. But what happened was that Zerthimon, he basically submerged his anger. He tried to hide his anger and his rebellious nature, so that he can eventually fight these Illithids. He did this so that he could not rouse their suspicion, I think. Alright. I have read the Unbroken Circle of Zerthimon. I wish to speak to you more. Alright? What did you come to know? Endure, and enduring grows strong. This is actually a catchphrase of Dakkon. Dakkon constantly says this phrase, and it's a very interesting phrase. Alright. The words he speaks seems to strike Dakkon strangely. As he speaks them, his forehead creases, then resettles into its normal passive expression. Alright. Your will has brought you the knowing of the third circle of Zerthimon. With this knowing, I impart this to you. He gives me the next spell. As you ask the words, you suddenly notice that Dakkon isn't looking at you. He is holding the Unbroken Circle in his hands, studying it. And Dakkon suddenly seems older somehow. Interesting. Oh yeah, so he's telling me, do you wish to learn more? I'm telling him, yes, I do wish to learn more. Definitely. I'm not sure if Dakkon was affected or not. Okay, so he has 1851 strength. It means he has a huge amount of strength. And the reason why is because he has the power of one spell cast on him. He cast it on himself. So now we have Submerge the Will, which is a reasonably powerful defensive spell, if you ask me. Yeah, I think it's pretty good, although I don't usually use it very much. Yeah. We're gonna copy that spell, and we have it now. We're basically learning the exact same spells that Dakkon has. We can even learn this one, the power of one. The only one we cannot learn is Reign of Anger. This is actually the best spell that Dakkon has. It's more powerful than the usual magic missile spells. It deals 3 to 6 points of damage, so it's actually more powerful than the standard magical attacks that you can learn. And he's the only guy who has it. So I'm actually gonna. This is one of the reasons why you wanna learn this spell as much as you can. You can spam this against bosses, and you can kill them immediately if you want, as long as they're not immune to magic, of course. All right, so we're gonna examine that Unbroken Circle again. Unlock the 4th one. You're gonna read the 4th circle. Alright, so this one is slightly... this is the most controversial, yeah, the 4th circle of Zerthimon was rather controversial for Dakkon. It speaks about Vilquar. Vilquar was apparently a person who... He tried to betray the Githzerai, and from his betrayal, the people actually benefited, because Zerthimon used Vilquar's betrayal in order to win an important victory over the Illithids, and it's actually a very ironic lesson. It means that it's basically a lesson that teaches you to use other people, to be an opportunist, and this really reflects the fact that my incarnation, who gave Dakkon this Unbroken Circle, was a very evil person. He was a very opportunistic and the kind of person who uses other people, and this is the kind of lesson that you would expect him to put into this Unbroken Circle. The lesson that teaches you that you are supposed to use other people and be an opportunist like this. So feel free to read this if you want. It basically explains exactly what I'm telling you. Vilquar tried to betray them. He basically told the Illithids certain secrets about the people, and because of him, many people suffered. So one day, when Zerthimon realized this, yeah, he basically decided to blind Vilquar. He basically fed... Yeah, so here's what happened. I think Zerthimon, he gave Vilquar some false information, or he gave him some... yeah, he gave him false information so that when Vilquar went to give the Illithids this false information, Zerthimon would take advantage of that, and he would basically win a huge victory over them or something. Yeah, that's how he went. He's like he used him as a double agent or something. I think he used him as an agent of a false agent. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna read more about this. Interesting. So yeah, this is very complex and it's very controversial. When one chooses to see what is before them, they only see part of the whole. They are blind. And just as Vilquar was blind by his promised reward, so were the Illithids blinded to the true rising. The rising was basically the rebellion. This is what I was talking about. When Zerthimon was trying to organize a huge rebellion, a huge uprising for the people, Vilquar would have betrayed them. But Vilquar was basically... he was very short-sighted. He did not know. He had a very poor understanding of things. He was basically very greedy, and he did not have any focus or discipline. And yeah, interesting. So he basically, Vilquar was used to mislead the Illithids. Yeah, it is a curious lesson. Why would it be part of the teachings of Zerthimon? And that's what, by the way, Dakkon says something very interesting. The tentacled ones thought the rising to be no more. When the rising occurred, the ground drank deep of Illithid blood. So was victory born from treachery. Vilquar's eye blinded both Vilquar and the Illithids. Interesting. So yeah, it's basically a lesson of using a traitor in order to mislead other people. It's a very cynical lesson. It's a very cynical type of thing to be placed in such a religious or an important work of history, like the Unbroken Circle. Yeah. Do you know why Vilcorn's Eye is part of the way of Zerthimon? It is a part of the telling of how our people came to know freedom. It lets us know that there are those even among the people who are not of the people, who are betrayers basically, and even in the greatest treachery a greater knowing may be achieved. Interesting. Okay, so that's a very practical way of describing it. You have come to know the fourth circle. Okay, I wish to know more. Alright, so we're gonna continue learning this thing. And now we have Vilcorn's Eye, which you can use it in order to blind your opponents. You can basically cast blind on your opponents. Let's see here. Yeah, they have minus 4 to accuracy, I think, or something like that. Of course, because they're blind, they have minus 1 to accuracy and whatever. Yeah. Oh yeah, saving throws at -1. It means they are less likely to defend against your attacks, and overall it makes your enemies much weaker. So it's a pretty good spell, I suppose. But you can only use it against one person. So if you're fighting against a warrior, maybe, or a ranged character, the Vilcorn's Eye spell is actually fairly useful. Let's go back to the Unbroken Circle. Yeah. I think there are 8 or 7 in total. Yeah, we're gonna read them. Feel free to read these words, ladies and gentlemen. There's this warrior queen called Gith, and she joins Zerthimon. She becomes his ally, she becomes his friend, and they fight the Illithids together. And apparently she is even more fierce than Zerthimon. She's actually more powerful than him to some extent. Yeah. And she was such an inspirational figure to the people that whenever she was so strong that she inspires strength in other people, and they slaughtered the Illithids thanks to her. Yeah, we're gonna go back to her. There's great strength in numbers, but there is great power in one. From the strength of the will of one, many may gather number. It's about leadership. I think it's a lesson about leadership. There is strength not only in knowing the self, but knowing how to bring it forth in others. Basically, inspire others into being focused and disciplined and knowing themselves. And we now have 3,000 experience. Excellent. Cool. And he constantly clicks the Unbroken Circle so that a new spell may be derived from it. So how much oh yeah, we have gained 7,000 experience just from using this quest line here. Alright, so we have learned Power of 1. Alright, this is an interesting spell. It only lasts for like 30 minutes per level. Wow, that's a lot. And it gives you a bunch of strength actually. It cannot give you a strength of more than 21, but yeah, so it basically gives you like a maximum of 20 maximum strength or something. Yeah, it's a fairly good spell, I suppose. Let's go back to the Unbroken Circle. We're coming close to the end, by the way. Okay, upon the blasted plains, there can be 2 skies. Okay, so this is the part where it's kind of strange. Apparently, Gith and Zerthimon, they reached a certain difference in opinion. They had a very their priorities were split. Gith was a very warmongering kind of person. She united the people. She was very powerful. She was strong, but she also wanted to conquer other realms. She wanted to conquer other kingdoms and stuff like that. So she was kind of becoming sort of violent. And Zerthimon was more of a laid-back and a balanced kind of person. He told her that yeah, they were. She said that war would continue. The Illithid would be destroyed. She wanted to destroy them all over the world, and then she would claim the false worlds. She would conquer as much as possible. But Zerthimon disagreed. He told her, no, we must focus inward now, and we must try to be more balanced, more logical, and stop waging war. And because he rejected her priorities, came the pronouncement of 2 skies. In the wake of his words came war. I think her people went to war with his people. Yeah. Apparently there are 2 types of Gith in this universe. There is the Gith Zerai, which is Dakkon, and there is the Gith Yankee. The Gith Yankee, I think, are the followers of Gith, the warrior queen, whereas the Gith Zerai are the followers of Zerthimon. And because of this, the Gith Yankee apparently are more violent, I suppose, and because of this difference in their the cultural differences, this schism that happens between them, they are now at war with each other, even though they are basically the same race. So yeah.
What is your will?
So it's kind of strange. Why would such a thing be a part of the teachings of Zerthimon? Okay, so it's again one of another controversial lesson to be learned here. I know that Zerthimon's devotion to people was such he was willing to protect them from themselves. He knew the Illithids had come not to know themselves in their obsession with control and domination, so he chose to stop Gith before she killed the people to their deaths. There must be balance in all things, or else the self will not hold. Okay. I believe we gained 5,000 experience. Holy crap, yeah, that's a lot. And we gained 2 items. This is actually very interesting because Dakkon stares at the 2 plates in his hand. He makes no move to hand them to you. He now has 2 plates. I think it means that. Do you know the 6th circle? Apparently, Dakkon does not know. He does not understand the 6th circle of broken 6th broken circle of Zerthimon. Yeah. And I'm gonna teach him about it. We're gonna learn about this together. No, there is nothing more that I may teach you. You know the way of the people, as the people know it, and it shall give you direction by which you may know yourself. But I specifically asked you, do you know it? Dakkon is silent for a moment. It has come to pass that I do not know. He does not know it. He knew it before, but now he does not. And it is my path that I no longer know the way of Zerthimon. But there's the thing. Dakkon, there is one thing I would know. Why is Vilquar's eye in the circle of Zerthimon? It seems strange. It tells of how the people benefited from a treachery of their own. It seems... Yeah, it seems very cynical and opportunistic. This is not something that you would usually find in a religious text like this one. This is like the Bible or the Quran of Dakkon, you know. He is something very important to him. I have told you it is part of this telling of how people came to know freedom. Do you not listen? It tells the people that even in the greatest treachery, a greater know may be. But yeah, it doesn't sound to me like you believe that. I think there's another reason Vilquar is in the circle of Zerthimon. It is set there because of the 6th circle and the pronouncement of 2 skies. It's there to justify the Zerthimon's treachery to the people upon the blasted plains. Okay, this is a little too complicated for me, but I think it means that even from treachery there is something greater to be achieved. It means that the ends justify the means. That's basically what the lesson is about. Yeah. My previous incarnation, I am the guy who built this unbroken circle of Zerthimon, and I am basically trying to teach Dakkon that the ends justify the means. I'm basically reflecting my own beliefs on this particular religious text. Yeah. Yeah, my previous reincarnation was such a bastard. He apparently was very opportunistic, and he's manipulating Dakkon, and Dakkon is basically doubting these words because he clearly senses that there is something wrong. And here I'm telling him, he divided the people upon the blasted plains, Dakkon. He divided your race when they were on the path of victory. I would like to believe that it was because he wished to save the people from themselves, but I don't think you believe that. I do not know the 6th circle as it is known to others. I fear that the 3rd, the 4th, and the 6th are more closely linked than many know. It is in that knowing that I have lost myself. Okay, in the 3rd circle, Zerthimon submerged his will to deceive the Illithids. It speaks of the benefits of treachery. There are multiple lessons in the 3rd, the 4th, and the 6th. They all speak of benefiting from treachery. So it's a very strange kind of lesson to be learned here. Do you think Zerthimon's words may have not been his own? Oh yeah, I am definitely thinking that. I think I am the one who made this unbroken circle, Zerthimon, and I have corrupted the words of Zerthimon. Man, the Nameless One must have been a real bastard in the past. Anyways, know my words and know the wound that lies upon my heart. I fear that when Zerthimon was upon the Pillars of Silence, he did not submerge his will. I feel his will was taken from him by the Illithids, and when he spoke upon the blasted plains, it was their words he spoke. I fear that what he did was not for the people's sake, but for our former masters.
Updated my journal.
Yeah, I'm not sure I really follow his particular explanation, and yeah. So apparently, even Dakkon himself doubts the words of the unbroken circle. Wow. Okay, that is some deep stuff right there, man. Balance in all things. Not the best spell I've ever seen, but okay. So now we have 2 copies. It means we can actually teach Dakkon that spell. It's an okay spell, I guess. Here's what it does. It basically Okay, so it has the effect known as a mirror image, or yeah, every time somebody attacks you and deals damage to you, that much damage is also dealt to the attacker. So you can basically reflect all damage to other people. You will still take damage yourself, but it's also gonna reflect the entire amount back to your enemies. So it's an okay spell, I suppose. We're gonna go back to the Unbroken Circle. Now the thing is, I'm not sure if I have enough wisdom or intelligence to complete this, to complete the last circle, but we're gonna check it out regardless. Oh, okay, so apparently Dakkon does not know any more combinations, and what's gonna happen here, examine the plates, see if you can puzzle out any new combinations. We're basically discovering a new circle. And again, this whole thing requires extensive, huge amounts of knowledge and intelligence and wisdom and whatever. Alright, know that the rising of the people against the Illithid was a thing event among many turnings. Okay, this one is very complicated. I have no idea what the lesson would possibly could be. I think it's saying that the people of Zerthimon are now learning how to protect themselves against their powers. Yeah, apparently the Illithids, they're mind flayers. They have the ability to control people's minds, I think. So yeah, when they observe them, when you observe how they do these things, you can learn how to protect yourself. Alright. Building of Rebellion. Oh yeah, so yeah, we can't actually learn this lesson until we have more wisdom and more intelligence. And the only way to do that, I think, is to level up. And you can actually go to, let's see here, there was this guy called Fell. Yeah, so inside here there's a tattoo parlor. This is where you can learn, you can acquire tattoos. And the tattoos, they will give you like special powers and stuff, or they will increase your certain characteristics. Yeah, so there's a tattoo which will give you +2 wisdom. There's another tattoo which will give you +2 intelligence, +2 constitution, +2 to pretty much anything you want, and specific bonuses as well. And you have a space for 3 tattoos here. You can see that. Yeah, 3 tattoos. You two have a space. Dakkon also has a space for 3 tattoos, and Anna also has a space for those. So yeah, basically the only 3 characters which can equip tattoos are Dakkon, the Nameless One, and Anna, which you will get eventually. Mort obviously cannot, and yeah, the other characters they just can't. They don't have a lot of skin, maybe, so they can't use these things. Anyway, all right. Okay, I think this is a good time to put a cut in this episode because this is gonna be very. Or you know what? Let's talk to Phil. Let's finish Phil, and then we will end this episode. Yeah, let's take a look at this guy. So. Now here's the thing, this guy, he is walking on his 2 feet, and this is kind of strange because most Dabases that we have met, they're supposed to be servants of the Lady of Pain, and they don't walk, they don't have any feet, they float. This guy is walking, and it's kind of creepy actually. Alright, we're gonna save the game, and just in case something bad happens, yeah, let's talk to him. You see a Dabas, but something about it strikes you as odd. It has the same shock of white hair, the same greenish cast to its skin, the same goat horns, yeah. You realize this one is walking on the ground, not floating. For some reason that makes you uneasy, yeah. It makes him more human, I suppose. It makes him closer to you, and probably it means that he is more independent and possibly more dangerous than the other Dabases. But he's not dangerous, by the way. As you're about to ask, you suddenly realize you already know the Dabas' name. His name is Fel. As if in response, the Dabas inclines his head slightly and the lone symbol appears above his head. I feel like I know you. This is the first time and not the first time you have come to this place. By the way, these Dabas people, they speak in symbols. They have these symbols that rotate around their heads. They can't actually talk. They make no sound with their voices. I think they don't have what they call it. They don't have vocal cords or something. So they're forced to speak with symbols. Great. Do you know who I am? Yes, but I am not permitted to tell the story. Why not? My apologies, I cannot change the nature of a man. And we have just updated our journal because can't change the nature of a man. It's actually one of the catchphrases of this entire game. It's one of the slogans of this game. And it's actually kind of badass, actually. There's a philosophical concept behind it. Anyways, but I'm not going to spoil it for you because there is going to be a huge quest line that involves changing the nature of a man. later on in this game. What is this place? This is where I tattoo color and life upon flesh and bone. Can I see what tattoos you have? Okay, we can buy a couple of things, I guess, but we can't afford this stuff, man. We don't have enough gold. This thing costs 1,200 coppers. Holy crap! Yeah, plus 2 intelligence. It would have been nice if I can steal it, but I can't. Yeah, it's actually very tough to steal this. You can't steal. Yeah, you're gonna have to buy it. We're gonna have to gather like 1,200 gold or something and come back to this guy and grab these tattoos. My favorite tattoos by far are the tattoo of the soul and the tattoo of revelation. This one gives you plus 2 wisdom, which means you're gonna gain an insane amount of experience very quickly. And the tattoo of revelation, which is very good if you're a wizard, because you can learn more spells and it will give you more dialogue options. Yeah, it will make you smarter. It will also allow you to finally uncover the meaning of the 7th circle of Zerthimon. Yeah, we're gonna continue talking to him. Actually, we're gonna go back here and examine this area. Hey, go back. Come on.
I'm gone.
You can examine these drawings on the wall. These are all kinds of tattoos. This is actually human skin on the walls, I think. Or maybe this is the canvas. This is human skin. Yeah, these are human skin stretched and with paintings on them. And you can see in the description, human skin has been stretched across the wooden frames. The skins are covered with tattoos. Great. If you click on these drawings, you will read the details. Alright, we're gonna talk to him. I have some questions for you. Can you tell me anything about these tattoos on my body? I know them. None are by my hand. Okay, so he's not the one who made them. Can you tell me about some of them? The ones upon your back were scribed with a careful hand and are descriptions for a mind that forgets itself. So yeah, the stuff that's Mort read to me before, that's what he's saying. These are directions for a forgetful person. Okay. The symbol that lies upon your left shoulder is the mark of Torment. And this is the symbol of the game itself, the mark of Torment. It is that which draws all tormented souls to you. The flesh knows it suffers, even when the mind has forgotten, and so you wear that rune always. Apparently, I'm a person who is constantly suffering, and other people who suffer are drawn to me like magnets. Okay. Okay, again. Yes, what are those frames in the back room? It is my gallery. Your discarded skins are my canvas. I admire you. I am saddened for you. So he admires me and he feels sad for me at the same time. Okay. The mark of torment lies upon your flesh. Tragedies and loss have built themselves upon it, like stones upon a foundation. You endured great pain. I admire you because you have never surrendered to the weight of these losses, despite the fact that their chains hang on you still. These losses blanket this life and all your past ones. You shed lives like a molting serpent. You are exploring the infinite paths. Okay. Take with you this warning. Each of your life casts shadow on existence. Yeah, so apparently every time I die, there's a shadow that will replace me. That will come in my place. And apparently this shadow is going to come after me and try to kill me or something. Yeah, so we must try not to die too much. This is part of the curse, I think. Yeah, every time I die, someone else dies and are replaced by a shadow. So it's a very gruesome situation. I will explain this later in more detail, but for now, you must travel to a place where these shadows have gone mad and regrets have scarred the earth. Okay. Wait a minute. This is actually the same thing that Dayanara tells me. You must travel to a place where these shadows have gone mad. I'm pretty sure she said the same thing to me when I was in the mortuary. You must travel beyond to the lands of the dead or something. Yeah, she said something like that. Which is a foreshadowing, by the way, for the end game scenario. Do not sign anything. Very well. Do you feel complete? Truth, I don't. In fact, ever since I woke in the mortuary, I feel like there's something missing. Something inside. Alright, you are strong. Keep faith and you shall become holy again. Alright, thank you very much. You see, you've met me before, Fel. Do you know how I died? Shadows. Many shadows. The symbols of the shadows, they're basically like very dark figures, and they keep multiplying until there's a swarm of them. Many shadows, they streamed from the darkness, swarmed you, and left you to die. Why? I do not know. I think they're my... Okay, I'm not gonna spoil this. I'm gonna just shut my mouth for now. Just, I think we're gonna know the answer later. Why these shadows are coming after me? Right now, they're not actually coming after me, but they will eventually. Wow, we're very close to leveling up. Yeah, 36,000. We need more 4,000 experience just to level up, which means at this point in the game, I think it's a good idea to grind for experience. We can start killing these. Oh, you guys just leave this place. We can't buy anything from this guy. We don't have any money. All right, we can start attacking the Black Abishai and trying to gain experience from them. I'm just gonna give you a small taste of what's coming later on. We will try to kill this guy for the time, even though we don't have. Yeah, we only have like 3 chromatic orbs, which is not nearly enough. I wanted to use magic against him because they're actually these Abishais. They're very resistant to physical attacks, and they are more likely to be harmed with magic instead. So we're gonna talk to him. We're gonna try to kill this one. I think he can pretty much kill all 3 of us, but we're gonna try anyway. There is nothing you can learn from them, and Mort is very worried about it. But regardless, we're gonna take the risk. We're gonna try to talk to this guy. We're gonna provoke him. There's nothing you could possibly get from him. I mean, yeah, he's not gonna give you any information. He is just gonna tell you to shut up and stay away from him. Your warm blood will cover the stones. Yeah, and he's gonna attack, and he does a huge amount of damage. This guy is just ridiculous. Yeah, you cannot attack more than one of them. At least right now. I mean, at this point in the game, you're not very strong. You need to defend yourself desperately. Alright, so we just dealt a bunch of damage to him, and the game has frozen a little bit. I think he's poisoned or something. Wow, Mort is gonna die, basically. And we're gonna have him just. Oh, okay, we're pretty much screwed here because the Litany of Curses has worn off. Come on, kill this guy. Wow, we're almost dead, yeah. Mort is almost dead. Yep. Wow. We're getting our asses kicked. Retreat! Retreat!
Alright.
Whew, this guy's powerful. Alright, I don't know what to do at this point. We should have probably rest somewhere.
Alright.
And he's not even affected by my spells. Holy crap, alright. And we're being attacked by thugs. How about that? You know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna go and rest, and maybe we can come back and attack him later. Yeah, let's do that.
Alright.
Yeah, we're coming back later, ladies and gentlemen. This is not going my way. Anyways, this is how I'm gonna be spending my time. Basically,
I'm gone.
I'm gonna grind for a while, and I will continue this Let's Play after I have finished grinding. Alright, let's go here, because this is a place where we can actually rest. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna learn a bunch of spells here. I'm gonna give Dakkon, yeah, he has 2 Rains of Anger, that is good. What else can we do? I should have stocked up on a few more spells. We can remove the Blood Bridge. Remove the Blood Bridge, yeah. Balance in all things is okay. And we rest. We're gonna have to rest a couple of times before this is... Yeah, because they don't heal very well. You can heal fast, but your companion's gonna take a bit of time. And there's really no loss from resting multiple times like this. You don't lose anything. Yeah, it's not like you're gonna waste time or something. No, it's just not gonna affect your gameplay. Alright, so we're gonna go back down there and try to fight these bastards. Where are you?
Alright.
Maybe they're gone, I'm not sure.
Alright. Done.
Yeah, they're very hard to kill, but they're totally worth it.
Alright.
Oh, I think they're... Oh yeah, they're still there. Kill them.
I'm gone.
Seriously, I'm already taking damage, man? Alright. Kill this bastard.
Done.
Come on, alright.
I'm
Gain a
gone.
bronze bracelet. We'll sell that later. Frosty dagger, which is completely useless.
Done.
I think there was one more thug around here somewhere. And there was this Abishai. Where is he? I think he's gone. Oh yeah, he's gone.
I'm gone. Done.
So we have escaped, and the Abishai is gone. We're gonna try to attack one more of them. Oh yeah, okay, he's still there.
Done.
You can see these people, they're still on edge, which means he is nearby. Oh, there's a thug there. Starved dog, barking thug. Ooh, these guys are strong as well. Wow.
What's the word, Chief?
You're actually supposed to kill them from a quest. So we're gonna kill them now anyway. Alright. We gain 175 experience from that, which is not bad at this stage of the game at least. But really, the Abishai will give you much more than that.
I'm gone.
Where are these Abishais anyway?
Right.
I'm gonna try to attack one more of them, and regardless of whether or not we're successful, I'll just end this episode immediately after we kill one more Abishai. Where the hell is he? Come on.
All right.
Here you go, Abishai. Come on.
I'm gone.
They're usually at the edge of the map. This is where they usually appear. Seriously? It's like he simply disappeared. We're gonna try this part of the map then.
Alright.
They don't usually appear here because this is not where they usually come. This is the dustmen. This is where the dustmen usually appear. So yeah, we're gonna go in this direction. I think we're gonna find one of them. I just wanna demonstrate to you how much experience they give. It's quite a lot of experience actually.
Alright.
Usually they come from this corner of the game. Should be somewhere down there. Yeah, there it is. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna cast a bunch of spells on them. Yeah, we're gonna have Mort Hurl an insult. And he's already insulted. He's coming towards us with a huge amount of fury. Yeah. And boom. We're just gonna cast a bunch of spells on him. Actually, we're gonna cast Balance in All Things, I think. No, let's just go with the Chromatic Orb. Kill this bastard, come on. Target is immune to the weapon. It means we're not able to actually inflict damage on him. It's kind of strange. Let's use it on that one. Oh, we're almost dead. We're almost dead once again. For some reason, my weapons are having no effect. I don't understand that. We were supposed to kill him easily, but yeah, he's not affected by magic. He's not affected by any of our weapons. So we're just gonna keep trying here. Something has to hit. Come on. Nope. Nothing. Really? Alright, so the only way for us to kill these guys apparently is to, I think, get better weapons.
Alright.
Yeah, alright, I figured this out. I think it's about the magical ability of your weapons. You see, yeah, your weapons eventually will have this stat called Magic +1. Yeah, you cannot hurt these magical creatures. I think he's considered a magical creature. You cannot hurt them until you have Magic +1 on one of your weapons. And the stronger your enchantment, the more you can actually hurt them. Until then, it is just impossible for you to attack these. You can see this. I mean, weapons having no effect. If Dakkon himself his weapon has no effect on this, there is no way in hell we're going to be able to deal damage. I mean, we basically dealt like 4 damage each couple of hits. But that's not nearly enough. And one thing we can do is we can go after the you remember this quest? Ingress? Where's Ingress? Find a way to help Ingress. Yeah, she will give you a new set of teeth which you can equip to Mort, and they have actually some magical properties, or you can upgrade them so they can have magical properties. But for the time being, that quest is pretty much broken. We can't. I mean, we can't grind on the Abishai until we have some magical weapons.
I'm gone.
And by the way, Dakkon himself, when he levels up, his weapons will also gain the magical ability. Yeah, the Chained Blade will eventually become the Shimmering Blade. It becomes more powerful, and you can use that to, deal much more damage eventually. So yeah, this is gonna be the end of our episode for now, guys. And if you have any suggestions, any comments, any advice, or even requests for certain quests or stuff like that, if you have certain quests that you're stuck on. By the way, there's plenty of walkthroughs for this game here, but I'm just demonstrating everything in real time. That's what I'm gonna do here. Yeah, so let's save the game, and we're gonna see you in the next episode. Bye bye.